For 34 years, Jardim Gramajo was the largest open-air landfill in Latin America, receiving all of Rio de Janeiro's waste. The people living in Jardim Gramajo made their livelihoods by scavenging through rubbish. Almost 13% of the region's population lived in poverty, and what little income they had was from scavenging. In the lead-up to the UN's Rio 20 Sustainability Summit in 2012, the landfill was closed. The towering piles of rubbish were covered in trees and a modern treatment plant set up, all part of the government's plan to reduce environmental impact. However, this dramatically worsened the socio-economic situation of the region, as thousands of workers, or catadores, lost their jobs. Low literacy prevented many from finding training programs or applying for jobs. Some found employment, although at a reduced wage, at the commercial recycling centre. Many were forced to compete for work in hundreds of mini dumps that popped up in the region. Falling prices of commodities for recycled materials made it an extremely tough existence, and although government compensation was provided, no sustainable solution was developed. The population living below the poverty line increased from 50% to 87%, and those in extreme poverty from 18% to 68%. A dire situation had presented itself. So who are the catadores? Their ages vary from 18 to 75 years. The percentage of men and women are similar. 6.4% have completed elementary school and 1.8% high school. Many have manual skills, having completed many manual occupations before working in the landfill, including mechanics, seamstresses, painters, and even plastic artists. And although stuck in a cycle of poverty, local people have dreams to live a life outside of Jardim Gramajo.
Our proposition is a small handicraft microenterprise to generate income and empower the local community. Creativo is a small microenterprise that will draw on local skills, culture and community. It aims to empower those stuck in a cycle of poverty by producing handicrafts to be sold worldwide through an online platform. Creativo puts the needs of the community first. Given the diversity in age, gender, skills, literacy, handicraft is something that many people can contribute to. We believe it's important to acknowledge the skills that already exist within a community, and therefore the process will start by sourcing a small network of skilled catadores interested in participating in the microenterprise. So from there, step 1, we'll conduct focus groups and plan what types of handicrafts will be sold. Step 2, we'll source the materials, so we'll use both local recycled goods and from elsewhere if required. Step 3, the catadores will make the handicrafts and they'll be stored at a location within the Jardim Gramajo municipality, acting as the central community hub. Step 4, we'll develop a distribution network, so we'll have all of the handicrafts packaged and ready for distribution from Jardim Gramajo. Step 5, which sets us apart from a lot of other micro-enterprises, is that the products will come with a story of who made it and the social and environmental impact that product has on everything around it. Step 6, profits that are made from the social enterprise will be returned to the producer, with a very, very small percentage reinvested back in the business to make it sustainable. And step 7, there's lots of potential to provide further training to the people wishing to participate in the network in order to have a wider community impact. So, how will it be funded? Predominantly, the micro-enterprises is going to be funded through crowdfunding for the initial capital investment, and it will just require a really small sum of money in order to fund the basic setup costs, such as a website, the handicraft materials, and the funding of the local distribution network. However, the marketing of Creativo's products will benefit exceptionally from the Oscar-nominated documentary Wasteland set at Jardim Gramajo. The documentary follows New York-based artist Vic Muniz's project that empowers catadores through art made from the rubbish. Handicraft art is a deeply popular market in Brazil. This demand comes from tourists both from within and outside of the country. The story of Jardim Gramajo has become globally known since it was made. Therefore, the awareness raising for this cause has already been put into action. Our microenterprise will not only provide the social benefits of employment, income, and increased sense of community and shared space within this location, but it will provide unique products that capitalise on the ethical consumer. In this sense, our enterprise uses a strengths-based approach in working with what is already available and capitalising on this untapped market. To further enhance the point of ethical consumption, all handicrafts will come with a personalised story of where the jewellery materials came from, who it was made by, and how the purchase is helping to lift people out of poverty and reduce environmental degradation. Sustainable and ethical products such as these are becoming really important for Western consumers. This is seen by the popularity of the Fair Trade movement, the Ethical Fashion Initiative, and Shop Ethical, and other such initiatives. The monthly costs to run handicraft enterprises are not very high and have been shown to work in other contexts across the world. The packaging and shipping will be paid by the buyers online, and the global interest in the area because of the art project and wasteland documentary is extremely beneficial. In conclusion, the community will benefit through increased employment, a sustainable income, empowerment, and being able to drive product development and decision-making processes for their own lives. Community cohesion through building networks and exchanging ideas about products and techniques, and the potential to advocate for themselves in the future and drive business development.